you can see by yourself what is going on, the revolution in the FCT. I have said before, it requires strong leadership to be able to implement so many things we are doing in FCT. And that is what Mr. President has shown. First, I told you that he gave the support for the implementation of FCT bid on their own. I told you that he gave the support that FCT should put out from TSA. Now, but for that, would have had I don't have any excuse or excuses not to perform, because everything you require as a tool to do your work has been given. Luckily for me, Mr. President has never one day interfered in anything concerning FCT. Never, never. Sometimes there are some decisions I take that I know that it will not go down well to so many people or to some people. And I believe that Mr. President may summon me for this. But I go to him and say, I took this decision. He says, so why did they put you there? I put you there so you'll be able to take such a decision. We require strong people who will be firm to take a decision and stand by it. And so that's why it's very easy for me and my team to operate. I am one minister that should not complain at all. There's nothing I have sent to Mr. President for approval. Take, for example, we have issue of procurement problems. Our threshold for capital project here, if it's more than 1.5 billion, you have to go to FLEC. You have to pass to the DPP.
More than
1.5 billion. Now, it's more than, if it is in terms of goods, it's more than 300 million. You have to go to BBB and go to FLEC. More than 300 million. And we said, this is going to affect us. We can't do anything. It means that in 3 months, no meaningful project can be carried out. And I wrote to Mr. President, and I said, sir, this cannot be possible. We are out of TSA. We are not operating as a ministry. We have our own secretary as seen as commissioners. We have FCT Executive Council. Just like we also have our Security Council meetings. So I don't understand how this can be possible. It is therefore necessary to increase our threshold. Okay. From I'm coming to tell you the support she has given. He increased for goods from 300 to 5 billion. For capital projects from 1.5 to 10. What support do you want for somebody? Yes, he gave the approval. And everybody is so happy. Works are now going on that, like we're talking about schools now, the emergency rehabilitation. So people are not moving. But if it's not that case, then we can't do anything. So what kind of support do you want that has not been given? That's why it is difficult for me to give excuse that this is not working because of this. Okay. It's not working.
Just
very, very good.
This is just a clarification on some of the things you said previously about the park and pay.
Yes.
In order for us not to be accused of misquoting you, does it also apply to the airports? The instruction you gave that it doesn't exist anymore.
I don't have any role in the airport. It's not under FCT. Airport is under FAN. It's under the aviation.
So this is the entire FCT, excluding the airport.
We have no business as far as the airport is concerned, the only business we have, which I told the minister, and the one doing the road, you are not connecting the toll. When the road is bad, you say, FCT, come and help us do the road. So we have no business. We have no business. Okay. So if you find anybody who is doing anything at the airport, that is their business with the use of aviation.
Talking about infrastructure development, Honorable Minister, we've seen a lot of things you have done.
Yeah.
But the citizens, of course, naturally will still want more.
Yeah.
Katampe one, they are talking about infrastructure development and feeling the touch of the FCT. Gwarimpa, they said the gates leading to the place there's a gully, especially when it is raining. That has been mentioned, and then issue of also evacuation of waste in some areas. It's not really as expected.
Let me not bore you. After I speak to you, the procurement process is going on as far as Katampe is concerned.
That's Katampe?
Yes. We are doing the selective tendering. You know, there we're having where we're building judges' quarters. We're having where they're building Court of Appeal, FCT division. So we're carrying out massive infrastructure in terms of road and Katampe, but we're in procurement process. Let me tell you this, in the next 1 year, what you will see in Abuja, you can come back and beat your chest. Yes, I think we've gotten it right. In terms of road infrastructure, not only in the city. Now, I went to Yaya, Karu, Orozo, to Okashi the other day. I felt so bad. The road was terribly bad. I said no. I called the coordinator of STD. I want an estimate of this road immediately. I wrote to the DG, approved for us for emergency 18 kilometers. I said, if we don't do this now, with the rains, it will be something else. It will be something else. That's Yaya, Karu, Orozo, down to Karashi. 18 kilometers. Now, if we go to Kuje, we are now, if you see from the airport down to Kuje, it's 10 lanes. Now, within Kuje, we're able to dualize Kuje down to their boundary with Gwagwalada. Now, I want to do from there now, dualize it to Gwagwalada itself. Right? So, by the end of the day, you will see that people in Kuje, you don't need to live in Abuja. You don't need to. 15 minutes from there, you're in the city. But they can because there's no road. Even from Gwagwalada, you don't need to pass to the airport again. By the time you do announce Kuje to Gwagwalada, you take that and you're in the city here. So we are not restricting ourselves to just road in the city. No. But you will see heavy development in terms of road in next 1 year. You talked about the refuse. Let me tell you, that's one area I'm fighting hard in terms of, you know, these contracts were, I don't know, contract over 1,000 persons. Contracts were awarded. It's really unfortunate, the kind of rot we find in the system, but you have to be careful to fight it because they're all there waiting for you. I can assure you we are going to improve on that. You talk about the golden boy, you know, sometimes, you know, there are things that some residents should be able to do. If there's a small pothole in front of your house, as residents there, you cannot say, look, can we put ourselves together and make sure we cover these pothole? Things that will not even cost you. Now what to call some kind of service you should also render. I have told our engineering services in FCDA to go and identify areas of flooding when it rains on the road. If you see that no drainage is open, they are all covered drains. So sometimes these drains must have been blocked. So they are not identifying to let the companies who did those jobs to go back and open those drains. So they are identifying that one by one. So I will be able to now know.
One more question from him before we go to politics.
Okay.
Well, Honorable Minister, earlier I was trying to establish, your take on the housing deficits in the FCT. And we all know the President's renewed Hope City, which was recently commissioned in Karsana, and which would also happen in other parts of the country. Now, you established that the President has given you massive support as Minister of the FCT. What would you say you are doing in your capacity as Minister to also help the President in solving the issue of housing in the FCT?
Take, for example, the renewed Hope Agenda housing that we went through. You can't continue with that without the roads. The Minister of Housing has written to me, look, this thing will not work without the provision of roads. As I speak to you now, when procurement process to do all the roads to that New Hope city, which takes about 14 kilometers, right? Our business is to encourage private sectors. We provide the access roads, then they have their funds to build. Before we came, they have awarded Maitama 2. And that Maitama 2 is over 700 hectares of land. And the plot is about 1,700 and something plots. Total about 93 or 94 kilometers. That road was awarded. The procurement process started in April 2023. But it was, in March 2023. But it was awarded either 12th or 13th of May 2023 to Dantata and Sao at the cost of 184 billion. Now, Gusape 1 was awarded to the same Dantata and Sao before we came. And now, Dantata and Sao stopped work in Gusape 1 and was asking for augmentation, variation. Now, when I came on board, they said, look, because of the increment, that it has to go to Mr. President, for Mr. President to approve before we go to the Bureau of Public Procurement. Luckily, Mr. President approved for the augmentation, and then we went to Bureau of Public Procurement, and in part of that bill, they put in foreign components of. So, Bureau of Public said, look, what has come to do with this? Why would you quote in dollar or euro? In fact, there's a fund I saw, which we are supposed to pay to them, about 1.something million euro. So I asked question, what is euro doing in this contract? What are we importing? But that is the case. Now, what baffled me, you have to operation, you're out of sight, and we have not paid you. We don't have money. How did you, and I asked them, how did you now, you have not paid for this. How did you now go and award a job of 184 billion
to the same company?
To the same company, when you don't even have the money to pay for this? I mean, I don't understand it. Now, obviously it is important that that infrastructure is carried out in Maitama. If that is done, houses will spring up. But it cannot now because there's no access road. So access road is key in order to reduce the housing deficit.
Which you're already on top of.
That's what we're doing now.
Okay.
So that's what we're doing. So it is for our own contribution. It's not we government going to build house. No, it is not that. But if private sector see that there are assets, there are infrastructure they will certainly go there and build houses, and which, of course, will reduce the housing deficit. So we're doing quite a lot.
Right,
like I said, road is key to any development.
All right, Minister, let's talk about politics. Recently, the chief clerk, he had petitioned the PDP, the hierarchy of the party, that they should thoroughly investigate you.
Okay.
And that if you're found guilty, you should be expelled.
Okay.
Then we had the PDP Board of Trustees visit the governor of Rivers State, and they used, the chairman said they will be seeking constitutional resolution. Would you be willing for them to visit you as well? Would you be willing to comply with whatever they say?
Let me talk about, I don't know the party that the chief clerk belongs to. Frankly speaking, since I entered PDP, I've never seen any PDP meeting. I don't like to react to when other statesmen like that. Every time he talks. But let me tell you the history so that people will know. In 2014, when I came out to run, Edwin Clark said, no, that it is the turn of the jaws, and that nothing would make me be the governor. I said, well, it is my right to run, and I fail, and I come back. But to the glory of God, I ran, and I won. Since then, yes, Edwin Clark had written me letters at least. I have refused to talk to anybody. I said I will not answer. I said I will not answer. I wasn't a bad person when I championed for the German to be governor. I have become a bad person simply because there are issues. And I kept quiet. There is nothing Chief Edwin Clark or other statesman have not said, but I said, I will never, I will not reply to anything. If there's anybody who has contributed to the growth of PDP, as far as today, is me. So when I read this, they should investigate me. Investigate me for what? He was one of those who were talking about the Southern president. And I supported the Southern president. So what are you going to investigate me? Chief Edwin Clark was one of those who said, no, power must rotate to go to South. So what is the crime I have committed? That I also believed in that. So that I don't want to.
His grounds. His grounds is that you are making, whereas you work for the success of an Ijoma to be governor,
yes,
to succeed you,
yes,
but you have also been working to make that Ijoma fail.
How? How?
By the current crisis.
What is the current crisis? Is he not the governor? You see, leadership, everything will not be smooth. I was there. I had my own crisis. Did I blame anybody? I faced the crisis squarely. When I was there, you saw what the federal government did to me. Did I go accuse any ethnic group? No. So, if you are in a leadership position, you should be able to stand by it, face the crisis. That's what politics is all about. Politics is not every time good. Sometimes it will be good. Sometimes it will not be rosy. Now, you talk about whether I will listen to...
BOT.
Who's BOT? You see, that's what I don't like. How can I listen to where Adolphus Wabara, who has said that the president should warn me? You are aware that the president should warn me if anything happens in Rivers. That is the man who is going to lead for reconciliation. He said is the chairman that BOT is conscious of the party. Yes, we agree with the conscience. But you, who said do you have conscience?
They said they were all neutral.
Neutral of who? Wabara cannot say he's neutral. He knows his own. Wabara has no conscience to even say he will lead. Do you know how Wabara became the chairman of a BOT? In 2023, he led a team to visit me when that crisis in PDP about the presidential candidate, and I said, ask him what is the result of the report. That was the man who led. And even in River Stadium, while we were in the meeting, he was telling me the problem we are having here is Dr. Okusuleze Nwodo. Look at him texting, but he's texting that now to the presidential candidate.
Okay,
no, let me finish. No. So you get it clear. And this is what makes me, when I see some people, I say, what kind of characters are these? Now, he told me they will not budge. As they are going now, they are going to submit the report and say the right thing must be done. Ask him, where's the report? The next time, they made him acting chairman of BAT to compensate him. He's a BAT chairman. His governor, Alex Oti, had not stayed 1 year. When he, chairman of BAT, said, look, your second tenure is guaranteed. Second tenure of another political party. And this is the man who says he has the conscience of the party. And yet, people are just talking. You have taken a position. And you want me to say you're inviting WIKE to do what? To waste my time, to sit with you, to talk what?
You have a friend among them.
But here I remember.
Chief Bode George.
I didn't say Bode George as a person is different from who's leading the team. Bode George has always been my friend. But that does not mean that because he's my friend, he's my father, and therefore I will subject myself to people I know have been looking for every way to bring me down politically. Who does that? I will not do such a thing. They know that. They know. So there's no need of pretending.
Honorable Minister, sir, now several crises everywhere. Let's go back to your home state. What is your comment and position of what is happening in Rivers State?
What is happening like how?
A lot of your supporters, members of your political family who presently they are loggerheads with the governor, some have cried of victimization. And you are the head of that political family.
Yeah.
What is your position on what is happening?
You must know very well that my position has been very clear. That Rivers State House of Assembly must work. And that we cannot allow. I mean, this is a country, madness, where people are so shameless. You don't need to like WIKE. You don't need to. But you sit in your house and say 3 people will constitute an assembly. You sit in your house. Forget about WIKE. Just sit in your house. For whatever is the case. You said these people have defected. Who pronounces defection? You have gone to court severally. You cannot await the judgment of the court. And impunity is being carried out. I mean, you look at, forget I'm not from Rivers State, you are not from Rivers State, take it so. And you are reading on pages of newspaper, on your social media. Shamelessly in the country. Somebody says it's the speaker. Then 2 people are members. And they go and buy lawyers, pay them money, go to Arise, go to channels, and begin to do drama. People who you think are senior lawyers that should be able to really sit down in their conscience and ask questions. This thing I'm doing, am I really right? That you want to take control of a state. It's natural in politics. Is that why you should allow impunity? A court pronouncing that if you don't bring budget, whatever budget you said you have, it's not on the void. won't go on appeal. Court of Appeal gives judgment today. The State High Court has no jurisdiction to talk about defection or vacancy. That's the Federal High Court. Today, tomorrow morning, you go again to the State High Court, file a suit using different people, and that one will grant ex parte order immediately. And Court of Appeal gave judgment today, tomorrow morning, all kinds of things. And you say we should fold our arms and then watch. Nobody should say anything. I have no problem. Let court make a pronouncement that indeed you are defected. Defection is not by you. Defection is not by you. I've seen so many people ranting. I've seen people who want to suck from the state. I like this boy every day. I see him on television. I don't know what it's called. What's that boy's name? He said this is the House of Reps. Who wear this? I see what he do. In IPOP case, you will see him come out. Publicity. He goes every day. He talks about law. I don't know the law he's talking about. Every day, you see him talking about it. I said nobody should answer him. I know him. I know his modus operandi. There is vacancy for sucking. Continue to suck. He clandestinely came to at Abuja using African Democratic Party to sue that INEC should conduct election. He thought we wouldn't know. Unknown to him, before you know we were there. How can they go and tell, look, I will do this, I will do this. They collect money. They have filed over 33 suits. Over 33.
Are you not worried that you seem to be losing the kind of ground in River State?
No, anyway, yes.
The sympathy is going.
Going to where?
The momentum and the sympathy
oh my God. You know, you people like politics of, look, when I was to run as governor, there was a sitting governor there. You remember? There was a sitting governor. There was a sitting governor.
All over Rivers now is WIKE day or day. WIKE day or day.
Oh, look. What? No problem. Day a day will reach one day. No problem. But what I'm trying to say is, I said I was not a sitting governor. We won. The court nullified virtually all assembly and national assembly. The Muhammad was the president. The Minister of Transport was there. Was one of the highly rated ministers or close to Mr. President then. There was nothing that did not happen. It was like Gaza and Israel fighting. The government in power brought all the might. What happened at the end of the day? In my 2019, the federal government came out with all the might. What happened? In 2023, look, when they say, how can you lose God? See, there are people, naturally, who are not happy with your growth, with your rise in politics. I'm here. If I'm worried, would I be concentrating on my job? No. It will not. But you see, like you said, it is when the time comes, then you now know who knows what to do or what not to do. It's not about you see somebody first. All those who have ganged up are those who swore over their dead body, will this governor be a governor? I defeated all of them. Yes. What is my quarrel with Secondus? When he was national chairman, he wanted to impose his cousin who was the deputy governor, former deputy governor, to be the gubernatorial candidate. Yes. That was my problem with that. You cannot impose their cousin here. Now I see him every day with the governor. I laugh. It doesn't bother me. I've done what I think I should do.
Are you sure you have done all that you should do? Let me paint a scenario.
Okay.
My colleague here asked a question about
Yes.
your influence dwindling in Port
How?
Harcourt. Let me explain.
Yes.
People who ordinarily look up to you, some years, I mean, less than a year ago, look up to you with so much respect. Today, they call you by your first name. WIKE cannot call me and do this.
Look, that is.
Let me finish. Let me ask the question.
Am I there? You can say anything you say on television. It's not easy. See, irrelevant. Look.
Let me ask.
It is
you
not.
You don't even know where I'm going.
Okay, because
Which is
Yeah.
what I'm driving at is, for instance, the governor that you had loggerheads with is your creation. Nobody probably knew whom Sim Fubara was until he became candidate of the PDP. So it was your invention, your creation. It is unfathomable that today the two of you are what you are to each other. Don't you think, in the overall consideration of your own political status and the interests of Rivers, that you, as the leader, and the responsibility rests more on you to work for peace? Because, like you said, there have been series of court cases. It hasn't worked. Mr. President has tried to intervene. It hasn't worked. Don't you think the responsibility is on you to work for peace?
There's nothing unfathomable there. There's nothing like that. You must look in politics. You can't say for sure this is how it will be. Why I say I've done my own part is I, with my conscience, did what I did without regretting, and I fought for it for him to be governor. And you now say, look, you are no longer interested to be in a political family. No problem. Nobody can force you. After all, Arabeshala, Ralph was born by who? Tinubu. Is he with him again? Did you support him? Of what all the president did for him? So why do you worry yourself about that? I cannot, in all honesty to you, tell you that there's a going back.
There's no going back.
There's nobody, anybody who knows me know.
You can't support him in 2027.
I'm not talking about support. What is support? The one I have support, have I come out of it?
So you are enjoying the relationship you have now with people that you look up to before as fathers, but today you are the loggers, people you regard as friends, you are draggers.
That's what politics. That's what politics is. So some people don't play politics of integrity. I do. But you can't impose yourself. I know people who say people that say day a day. Hey, let me do my day. You too, day your own day, according to you. It doesn't worry me. I'm focused. I'm doing the work Mr. President has given to me in FCT. That's what bothers me now.
Honorable Minister, in terms of this day idea, at the state level, there is push and shove, talking about this, imbroglio in the PDP at the state level. In the national, we had this issue we discussed earlier. You have been the one that said you are not one to jump parties and all that. If your house is crumbling, politically, talking about the PDP, what would be, are you just going to day your day as you have said?
Oh, no, you see, that's why you should know that we must learn. Experience is very key. You must know what happened to you yesterday. I'm not allowed to happen today. If you fail to take history into consideration, then you are digging your grave. And that's why I've said PDP must be careful. As it stands now, the way they are going, they're trying to make sure we have crisis. Take, for example, anybody they think calls me on phone or relates with me is the weakest person. Therefore, the person must go. When you do that, what I try to let me do, I should fold my arms. The acting National Party chairman today is not my friend. He never supported me. The National Secretary, he never supported me. The National Organizing Secretary never supported me. These are their people. In fact, when I was in Germany, in Wiesbaden, when the National Secretary today wanted to run governorship against Hope Uzodimma, he came to me for support. I said, I'm not going to support you. I won't support you. I'm not here to play politics to say, okay, let me think about it. I don't do that. I told him I was not going to support you. What is the problem now? I said, let the right thing be done. You see that chairmanship is zoned to North Center, which is not correct. Chairmanship is zoned to North, and secretary is zoned to the South. It is within your area how you, do it. But we don't zone national chairman, North Center. Nobody did that. And that was why in the constitution of the party, they said when the national chairman is not there, the deputy national chairman from that zone will be acting pending when the convention is done for replacement. You don't appoint a national chairman. It's not a caretaker committee. You cannot appoint somebody to preside over those who are elected. And then you're telling us that, look, you want to go to Berry, North Center, to bring somebody. No, there'll be election. There'll be convention. It's not a caretaker committee. And that's why the law says the deputy national chairman, so that let it not be that is not this out, that is not lost out. And I say, look, we must follow the Constitution. It is not, you see, politics the way, you see, some people, take for example, my friend, the governor of Bauchi, who is the chairman of governor, PDP Governors Forum, you had his own statement. He has his own interests. So he wants to be another chairman that will play along to that interest. And nobody will talk. If you want to do anything, say, oh, you're a wicked person. And I said, look, the matter has gone to court for interpretation of the constitution of the party. What the court interpret this? Can you bring a chairman that's not elected to preside over those that are elected? The president of the working committee are all elected. And then he said, go and bring this chairman from Berry. I heard before Suswan, Senator Suswan. I'm hearing now the DG of the PDP Government Forum, which is the governor of Bauchi's own private nominee, to go and preside over elected people. Are we working like military and civilian? And I said, nobody does that. You have to wait for convention. And that is the law. It's not about, we did it yesterday. Yes, you may have done it yesterday, and nobody was able to challenge it. Does not mean if you do it today, somebody will not challenge. You can get away with things. And people make reference, after all, last 2 days. After all, last 2 days, we did like this. I agree. We are not the same. Nobody had the same luck. That's why when I came here as chairman, you see my own was turbulent. It was not correct. As a minister. Was it not? Other people have come. Was it turbulent? So everybody has his own luck that nobody challenged it yesterday. Don't know whether somebody will not challenge it today. And if PDP takes that step, I as a person will challenge it. They know. I mean, you see, we are not in the way anybody think you can come and box anybody in. See what is happening. See what's happening in PDP. The National Legal Advisor is fighting to make sure where he collects tax is not blocked.
And that is
Explain to us.
Okay, let me tell you. You know what they do? If what they do is that another legal advisor, if a state, for example, has election petition, or probably, you talk to the governor will say, oh, I want to bring the lawyer that will stand for PDP. It's okay, you will pay some amount of money. Or he will bring, and then he will tell the person to charge fee. He collects his own. Now, I said that will stop. What happened? In 2023, you know we had a problem with the national. Now, when election petition came, that's why sometimes when you see things, you laugh. You laugh. It's a human beings are terrible. Do you know what these people did? Secondly, they went to the national to get lawyers that will represent PDP, so the election will be nullified. And I said, no, you can't send us lawyers. You cannot. I will not agree. The national advisor, oh, they have rights. Okay. We went to court, and the Federal High Court here, to test whether the state legal advisor has right to give instruction to lawyers to represent the interests of the party as it concerns the state. Now, the Federal High Court ruled that yes, the national legal advisor, no, you cannot do that. That the states, they all have that power, as far as it is the interest of the party at the state level. This national legal advisor did not appeal the judgment. He did not appeal the judgment. He did not even tell his party, look, the court has given judgment. Now he knew that without judgment, he had lost the sucking. So states will know their own, not call you. Now what did he do now? The matter he did not appeal since last year. Now because of this reverse problem, a gate of sucking has opened. He is now sucking. Now went to court to say no, he is going to represent PDP. And we said no, you cannot. This is a matter about defection of which people, in which state, that we have to produce the lawyer to defend our interests. The judge ruled. Relying heavily on the judgment of Federal High Court in 2023, which he did not appeal, and which he did not disclose to those who are sucking money from now. And he lost. You know what he did? He now said, file a notice of appeal. So those who are giving money, he will tell them, oh, look, we are still fighting on the matter. When he knows clearly, he did not even appeal the judgment of 2023. Now, and I said, we have never had it bad of a national legal advisor who has shown so much that as a senior advocate, no integrity. That made me, I went to Senator Saraki. I said, SP, how do you know this guy that you brought into the national legal advisor? He said, what happened? I said, this guy is something else. No integrity, a senior advocate. You can't tell people the truth simply because you want to. And Senator Saraki said, well, he will look into it. I said, I don't, this guy is something else. No integrity. A senior advocate does not mean, by that word, senior advocate, integrity comes in. Not only you knowing the law.
Well, as a live venture, you should know that we have just about 5 minutes to round up this program. And
I thought it was 10 minutes. Are you cutting my time?
Yes, that's why I wanted to cut your answer short, because I'm sure my colleagues are still angling to ask questions. Okay. So, considering the fact that we have just about 5 minutes,
Short ones, yeah.
Will the question be very short,
Very
both of
short.
you?
Very
And
short. Honourable Minister, Considering the fact that you have a lot of crises rocking your boat, both internally in your party and back home in Rivers State, any other person would have folded very quickly, but you are still standing strong, you are still fighting harder. And it appears to be that the only person who is giving you so much support that should have been coming from the PDP is the president, who obviously is on the other side of the divide.
Give me support how? He's giving me support to do my work.
Support to do your job.
The member of PDP. How can he give me support?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But what I want to ask is, do you perhaps in the future see the possibility of exiting the PDP if this persists?
I have told you that I don't want to away from any fight. I will stay there.
Where?
I will fight it out.
In the PDP?
Yes. Who am I going to run for? The vampires? How can you say that?
But your foot soldiers are already all in APC.
Where are they?
The members of the House of Assembly.
You are the one telling me now.
The 27 members that
Where
are
did
APC.
that is the subject matter. That's why I said defections come from you who's mad.
To some people, it's like you're a fifth columnist in the PDP that you want to pull.
Oh, please, those are people who don't have anything to
Right.
Can I tell you something? Can I tell you something? Anybody who knows me knows too well. If I want to join APC today, why would I? When I was there in PDP, didn't I say that, look, I will not support the presidential candidate? Did I do it secretly? All those people who are saying those things, did they bring one member that won election? The people did not win. I stood my ground in terms of the principle that if this is not done, we will not accept that. You see, people should know you for something. Integrity is very, very important. Forget about those who say, if you couldn't, they say this, they are afraid of my face.
Well, Minister, it does appear as though, from what you've said, this may not be resolved until the next cycle of elections. I've heard you say convention and then court have to decide, but do you really think that it can be resolved by the courts or politically?
Look. The only thing that has caused, people are very, very greedy. All these things you are seeing is what they are seeing. See, let me tell you what's unfolding. Atiku has his own people. Bala is building people for what he considers who will be president, this and that, whether to go to south and that. He has. Do you understand? Now, there's some other people too who are not known yet, playing ostrich. What I'm saying, and which you can't take away from, is that we must follow the law. Even if you hate this man, follow the law. What does the law say? It's not about plotting that will bring wicked down. You cannot. You don't have what it takes to bring wicked down. You cannot. All WIKE is saying, what is the law? What does the constitution of the party say? I will not just as a prominent member of the party, fold my arms, allow somebody to be appointed to preside over those who were elected. National chairman is by election. It's not by appointment to come and replace. That replacement.
The local version of the crisis first. The crisis.
I'm coming.
We don't have the time.
I'm coming. Yes. I don't know your interest, but I'm coming. What I'm trying to say is that national chairman, if you're doing caretaker, it can be by appointment. But if it is to preside over those who are elected, that chairman must be by election, and that must be through convention. Now you talk about local version. What is local version? PDP is intact. PDP have done their world congresses. PDP have done their local government congresses. And their faction that did it. The state congress will be next week. Look, I understand how some people feel. I have passed through all this before. Some people who cannot, hunger. No, not hunger. I will use the word hunger. So many people can't stay out of power. You will see people who you think what they sought, the way they do. In fact, sometimes I begin to ask questions. If this man was my dad,
Honorable Minister,
What would I
would
say?
you permit me to end this program so that we are not cut off?
Okay, so I sincerely thank you, even though you took all my time. But the point is that I'm a PDP member.
All right.
The law must be followed before we go. But if you think that you can go and sit down somewhere and say you will do this, you cause crisis for yourself.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
I hope to see you again. We don't know how soon that will be. That depends on the Honorable Minister. Thank you, Honorable Minister, for granting us access to you once again.
Thank you very much.
Really appreciate it. Guys, we'll see you again.
We'll say again. You can take away the fact that you said WIKE will not be weakened.
No. It's not in the dictionary at all.